to first, before I share with you a couple of personal thoughts, speak on your behalf to this extraordinarily large assembled crowd. On your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past couple of days, I've met quite a few of you. You come from all around the country, north, south, east, and west. You came in buses and vans and cars and pickup trucks and on motorcycles. Some of you actually had your cars towed out of that muddy lot. I'm sorry, I took the space that had the grass on it. Nobody towed me out. But I think your presence today means almost as much to the family, perhaps as much as the memorial itself. Some of us, for whatever reason, got a bunch of VIP badges, and you're the VIPs. Because many of you have been here for a couple of days. I met a couple that were in the Capitol building. They weren't elected officials. They've been in the Capitol building on September 11th, and then this is their third time back. They understood that your loved ones died so they could live. And so I just wanted to say on behalf of the family to all of you, your very presence is a powerful message of comfort and understanding and love to this incredible group of assembled families, and on their behalf, I thank you. There's a line from an old poem that I would like to share with you. Grieve not, nor speak of me with tears, but laugh and talk of me as if I were beside you there. And so to you, our 40 heroes, on this special September morning, may I take a few moments to speak of you and to you. As you sit beside us here. Beside your family and your friends and your fellow citizens, upon soft and sacred earth, now under peaceful skies, throughout a land where your last loving embrace of your nation profoundly moved our hearts 10 years ago, and still does 10 years on. Grieve not, nor speak of me with tears, but laugh and talk of me as if I were beside you there. We still grieve. It's still hard at times not to speak of you with tears, and still hard at times to laugh. We would rather share a laugh. But with you beside us here this September 11th, we continue to celebrate your lives and your legacy. Now, we suspect that you may not be comfortable when we call you heroes, but humor us, for you are heroes, without a doubt. We know that Providence is now your peace, but pride in you is ours. 10 years ago today, many of us stood upon a nearby field. We were angry, and we were heartbroken. And as the days and weeks and months unfolded, your story to us became known. And we wondered, would we? Could we? Had we been in your place, shown the same resolve, the same selflessness, the same astonishing valor. We wondered in those early days, was this uniquely American or uniquely you? Or a unique combination? As we have grown to know your parents and grandparents, your spouses, your siblings, your children, and all who have loved you over these many years, what we do understand better now is that those 40 extraordinary heroes were enriched and loved and made stronger by 40 extraordinary families. It's no wonder to all of us that you fought for them and for people you never knew. Grieve not, nor speak of me with tears, but laugh and talk of me as if I were beside you there. 40 heroes as you sit beside us here. We wonder if you are surprised that 10 years later we are even prouder of you and even more grateful. It is not a surprise to us. Perhaps because as each day and year passes, as we have come to better understand 9/11 as a new time in American security and a new chapter in American history, we now know as a country that moments and people come through our lives to remind us to cherish what we have and to do all we can to protect it. 10 years on, your actions still call to us. They remind us to be our best selves, to take care of one another, to honor and preserve the sheer will, the magnificence, and the fortitude of the American spirit. 10 years on, you remain an emblem of America's great glory. 230 plus years of liberty and self-determination, demonstrated at its highest regard and at its highest cost. You stood first and fast against those who sought your fellow citizens' harm. You signaled to all the world, Americans do not live in fear. We live in freedom, and will never let that freedom go. You said with great courage, what generations have brought together, let no one put asunder. Your actions, the message it sent to all of us, helped us to remember one September and many Septembers more, that America is and will always be a resilient nation. We know that you would expect of your country nothing less. Tragedies teach us, but they do not stop us. We are still the freest, most blessed nation in this treasured world, and we will long honor that role with the memory and guidance of 40 good shepherds. Grieve not, nor speak of me with tears, but laugh, talk of me, as if I was with you there. 40 heroes. As you sit beside us here, we pledge to you that we will ensure that future generations know your names and your remarkable story, just as we have been privileged to do. We are honored to share the legacy of men and women who made a difference, whose lives had great meaning, and who remain deeply missed. May God continue to bless you, your beloved families, and your grateful nation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Gordy Felt, the President of the Families of Flight 93. In addition to the loss of his brother, Edward Felt, Gordy has been a very strong, as we all know, and compassionate presence for hundreds of other Flight 93 family members. Gordy lives with his own family in New York, where he runs, and I spent some time as chairman of the National Organization on Disability. He runs a summer camp for special needs children. Many of you here know that deep respect and tireless energy has given these many years is boundless, and that's what it needs, and what we so greatly appreciate. So it is my honor to thank him for his service, that he will tell you he needs no thanks. But we ought to offer it anyway and welcome him to the podium.